by big tech censorship, so we need your help to get the hopeful message of this channel out.
What's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
Possible. So it's happening. It looks like Speaker McCarthy is finally buckling under the pressure of his fellow House Republicans. He's now saying openly that a Biden impeachment inquiry is indeed the, quote, natural step forward following the GOP's probes. Impeachment proceedings are, according to McCarthy, a logical progression after House Republican-led investigations into Biden.
So you hear that? McCarthy is finally buckling to the pressures of everybody telling him, look, we got to impeach this bastard. There ain't nothing else we could do. And he's like, all right.
Because of the blatant cover-ups that the Justice Department has been engaged in. It's so fascinating to me how the preferential sweetheart treatment that Hunter's been getting from Merrick Garland's Injustice Department is actually
and this Weiss cat
against Joe.
Hang on a minute, I'll show you.
This is because, as Turley points out, impeachment inquiries give the House extraordinary investigative
the House
that can overcome those obstacles of stonewalling the roadblocks that Merrick Garland's corrupt Justice Department has been doing.
Okay, like I said the other day, the House has all of the power to bring all the judicial stuff on everybody. Investigation, the discovery, that everything that these very, very, up and up intelligent people, well, Trump played them like a freaking fiddle, man. He knew damn well that they would keep on going, trying to find anything and everything that they could. And then now, because he's doing some things and it moves some stuff, McCarthy did, or what was his name? I can't remember, his name escapes me right now. But they moved the cases around, and then they went into a little bit further deal into the cases themselves, which they went up on the charges or tried to elevate, or I don't understand the whole deal right now. But it opened up the door for Trump and his team to where everything has to come out. But Jack Smith tried to say, oh, no, you can't do that. Everybody thought, what? What do you mean that you're not going to let the defense have the information that you're accusing them of so they can formulate a defense? That's what it is. That's what it is. And he's like, no. So everything that we've done, all this couple of 100 years in our court system and all, Jack Smith is going to step in and say, no, we're not doing it that way. So what Jack Smith literally tried to do was step in and try to make it to where Trump could not defend himself. If you don't know anything about the trials, I don't know where they held them at. I want to say they were at the Reichstag in Germany when the Klaus von Stauffenberg tried to assassinate Hitler and in the war and all that. Yeah, that was where Tom Cruise played in that movie. That was kind of like, what's... But if you look at those court deals or what, they had guys, generals, that didn't have nothing to do with it, didn't know nothing about it. They stripped them of their uniform and gave them some old shabby clothes and all that. Go look at it. And the courts, the judge was sitting there just screaming at them and berating them and just blah, blah, blah. And then they took them out back and they shot them. No questions asked. That was it. Well, this is the way, like Jack Smith, they're trying to do this dictatorship stuff in, Google New York, Madison Square Garden, 1939. Let you know all you need to know. Google Madison Square Garden, New York, 1939. Well, this right here is going to open everything up, like the discovery in the courts, right? And on top of that, the impeachment
putting up and surrounding Joe
is going to be epic.
The latest, obviously, is ridiculous and overtly.
It's a Garland appoints David Weiss.
as special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden, even though Weiss is the very prosecutor who gave Hunter that sweetheart special deal designed specifically to cover up Joe's criminality.
Let me tell you something else about that Weiss. Now, a lot of people are saying some things. Saying, well, well, he was appointed by Trump. Well, Trump knows all of the backdoor dealings and the people and how they are. He's got his information people too. I don't know if you've seen it, but Roger Stone, the one, he's a 70, almost 80-year-old guy that even SWAT went up and, CNN was there and caught it all on camera. And because he was a Trump guy, well, they've got something of him in the back of a car and they're going down the road and he's on camera and he's talking on the phone and he's telling somebody, well, yeah, I think that's what they need to do. They impeach Trump and blah, 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 this and blah, 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 yada, yada. And he goes on and on. And he's like, yeah, fuck these punks and blah, blah, blah. It's like, what the hell? And then at the end of the video, the guy says, all right, yeah, that's it. He said, you use any of that, I'll fucking kill you. That was Roger Stone. I heard it. Now, there was a lot of voiceovers maybe thinking, possibly, but who knows nowadays. And I think with all this Weiss and all that Trump, Stone, the Clintons, the Bushes, every politician down there, Trump has his own information, people, and I guarantee you he kept the crooks right where they needed to be. Something I say to everybody, my grandkids especially, keep people at a distance because everybody always shows their true colors after a while. Right? Now, initial first meeting, but these are the kind of people that walk up to you and smile real bright, shake your hand and all, and just pat you on the shoulder and just make you feel just so right at home or whatever. And then they'll walk out and say, get rid of them. And they don't mean just take them out to their car, walk them out to their car all nice and eat. No. You understand what I'm telling you? Yes. If people think that there's not people in this world that are willing to do very, very bad things to other people, they are sadly mistaken. Some people will do it for money. Some people will do it for a Klondike bar. Google the Clinton body bags.
So as you would expect, the appointment was a public relations.
But this Weiss that gave Hunter that sweet deal, I think Trump knew what kind of person he was. The Breitbart popularity of Americans not confident in DOJ's investigation into Hunter Biden. So see, that's on Breitbart News.
Are laughing at it. So ironically, with
this, I'm watching Dr. Steve Turley, and he's got his own YouTube. You've seen him in my other videos, but this video is over 10 minutes long. Jonathan Turley, that's another good guy, yeah, that knows about Biden.
That's the only way the House can have the authority to figure out what.
But the House has got all kinds of authority to do everything, y'all. Bring charges, look into this, investigate whoever they want to. And if you don't know anything about Jim Jordan, Chip Roy, and Clay Higgins, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, especially Chip Roy and Clay Higgins. I mean, Chip Roy's from Texas, Clay Higgins from Louisiana. Yeah, that's what we need, man. We need some kick 'em in the teeth guys. You know what I mean? And we got them. We got them. But the MSM does not want you to know this. Okay? He's talking about it, securing the home deed and all.
3 skincare essentials.
Okay, now they got them commercials and stuff. And fuck, man, I hate them. But anyway, the thing is that with all the stuff that's going on with Hunter and his underhanded deals with Joe. There's more and more people coming out that are they're seeing what kind of crap that they're wrapped up in, and they're not willing to pay their life for these dipshits. And plus, too, this is something that just popped into my head. Now, y'all listen. Nazism 101. Karl Marx had this in his book, and all that. But you always accuse the other side of that which you were guilty of. You understand? Always accuse the other side of that which you were guilty of. That's the whole premise of the Democratic Party. Yeah, the Republicans, they're not saying that they're on as screw parties. You know, I'm an American. I don't care about the Republicans. I don't care about the Democrats. But I'm telling you that the Republicans were started by black freed slaves many, many moons ago. Democrat Party is the oldest, biggest, richest party on the face of the planet. All right. The plantations that were owned in the South, all the cotton that went to the North, they were all Democrat run. But they want to talk about, you know, blah, blah, this and North and South and all that. What all that was doing was consolidating the cotton and everything to everybody up north, because if they got rid of all the plantations and made everybody think that they were bad guys because they had slaves, but literally they have Irish white slaves up in there. Look at it. Women, children, yes, for many, many, many years. Way, way more white Irish slaves up north than there was blacks down south. All they did was consolidated the cotton and getting it there for the textiles. So always accuse the other side of that which you are guilty of. Now the deal is it goes all the way back from the Clintons, the Bushes, and Obama was a plant. All of them, even though the Bushes, most of them were voted in, and even Clinton was voted, literally. But they were all picked. They weren't elected, they were selected. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about, to where there's many, many things that still left to come out. Now here's
Devin Archer, who exposed the connection between Biden.
Yeah, the Devin Archer, and he's talking to Tucker.
Archer's testimony indicates that Joe Biden was well aware of Hunter's business activities.
Happy you guys are together.
Interactions with his son's
Joe
business
or
associates,
Biden.
which of course contradicts Joe's repeated denials to the
Tucker.
contrary. According to Archer,
Tucker
Joe
on
Biden
Twitter.
played a crucial role as
Devin
one of
Archer
the
confirms Joe
brands
Biden lied about knowledge of Hunter business dealings,
used
Comer
as
says. And on top of that, the guy that they fired, you know, when Joe's talking about, oh, well, you know, if this prosecutor's not fired, you know, I'm not giving you the $1 billion. Well, son of a bitch. He was fired. That dude come out of hiding, and he's telling what he knows. Plus, the other guy in Ukraine even recorded his phone calls with Joe and a lot of their business dealings, even with Hunter. And they didn't know it. That's coming out. Now the impeachment is, here we go. Now the end result of this thing is always going to be the butthurt little ones that are just not going to believe it. They're just not. They don't want to believe that they spent their whole life believing in something or believing something and it was all a lie. That's what we're going to have to deal with. Okay? That is what is going to be coming at us full freaking force. The Antifa, BLM assholes and all that. They still have all their contacts. They still have all their people. They still have all their apps and all that other kind of shit to where they can get together. What do we have? What do we have? So that's what I'm saying. You got to try to get out on the streets. You know, whatever you do, gather around, start waving the colors, put up a canopy, set up a table. You know, you will attract people. You know, get the big 3 by or the big pieces of poster board that we used to get for the kids and all. Put on there, leave our kids alone. You know, stand with us, or things of that nature. Yeah, start waving the flags. I've got some other stuff that I want to get together and I want to show you. I sell flags and hats and patches and tactical gear, holsters. I had all kinds of stuff. I had chest rigs. Oh man, you name it. I had gun parts. I used to sell all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff when I did this. That shit about what 5, 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Yeah, I sold all kinds of stuff. So there's some other things that I am putting together, and I'm going to put them here on the YouTube, and it's a little bit more on the survival type thing in a neighborhood setting. Now you can watch Bear Grylls, like I said. Watch Bear Grylls. He's a very, very good guy. He's a smart dude, knows a lot of stuff. And that Cody Lundeen and the Dual Survival, those cats, you know what I mean? They're dropped off. And another one that I watched many moons ago, I haven't seen it in quite a while, but it was these special forces guys that would literally mess with each other. And the show that was on was called Dude, You're Screwed. You just got to go look at it. Dude, You're Screwed. And I think you could probably find that TV show on YouTube as well. And if you don't know anything about Will Willis, the guy that owned Forged in Fire with making the knives and all that, Will he's what they call a parajumper. He is the guy, special forces type guy that is trained to parachute in to go get shot down pilots. Yep. So Will Willis, Whiskey on a show called Spec Ops, and it's Special Ops Mission, and I think it was on like the Discovery Channel many moons ago, but you can find it on YouTube. So the Dual Survival with Cody Lundeen, Bear Grylls, I'm thinking of other people as I'm telling. I've got so much information that I could give you, but just go check these guys out. Okay, there's a lot of information to where you can learn just a little bit for yourself. You could hear it different people. Trust me, you're going to want many, many opinions and many, many ideas, and you can figure out what you need for you. I will show you a little bit of what I can do, what I'm doing here in my neighborhood. Now, I'm not going to show you everything, but I can show you a couple of little things to where, yeah, you can be hiding in plain sight. And it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. But this is something that I wanted y'all to know. The impeachment thing is gaining steam. What I said is what I'm hearing that another 3 or 4 months. Our dude is going to be back. Keep your fingers crossed. Maybe sooner. Say a little prayer. Maybe this will bam, bam, bam. But the end result is going to be all the little crybabies that are going to be, that want to sacrifice themselves on that altar for their cause. What are they willing to do? What do they got in mind? Who knows? But at the same time, they know the kind of people they're dealing with. Just because they've been trying to indoctrinate a bunch of goddamn little kids and shit in colleges and schools and all that bullshit, there's more of us out there that know way more than they do, our kids rather, because we've been putting our time and effort and money into a job, a family, buying a house, and taking care of things and trying to live a good life. So I just wanted to tell y'all a couple things. I'm trying to just lay back a little bit and see what it's the time to where we can just see what's going on. So I got I got a little bit more deal that I'm gonna be doing on the camper. The heat has come down a little bit to where I can work with the epoxy a little bit more, and it won't mess up. So I'll try to do some videos on that. Yeah. I mean, I got other things I do, man. I don't do just these, you know. So I'm up till probably 12, 1 o'clock, sometimes 2, maybe even later, doing all kinds of shit, you know, because it's cooler at night. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. We got things that are happening. It's rolling our way. I've got a whole bunch of others I'm looking at right now that I'm gonna gather some information. I might try to do one more. So y'all be good. God bless the United States of America. Screw you commies. You know the drill. Appreciate y'all. Later on.